You don't see a lot of kids like really make it out. Everybody usually stays in the valley. So for us, it was just like, how are we gonna get out of here?
Meet Ricky Altamirano, electrical engineer, student athlete on the UST men's basketball team, and this year's Mr. UST. On this episode of Bowl, we explore how he faced challenges and overcame obstacles in his early life. We'll also explore how he transitioned to a new environment and found a second home here at UST. If you're a student who wants to find a second home in your university, you won't want to miss this episode of Bowl.
Welcome back to another episode of Bold. Today we have a special guest. We have Ricky Altamirano, the Mr. UST. Woo!
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Welcome onto the show, man.
Of course, appreciate for having me on.
No problem. And look, we've seen you. You've been here for around 5 years now.
Yep.
And you've been in basketball team. I've seen you involved everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like you a GOAT. You know, when I came in, when I was coming in for as a freshman. Mm-hmm. During my orientation, you were my leader, one of my leaders. I remember seeing you. I was like, "Dang,
that's crazy."
It's like a full circle.
Makes me feel really old now.
No.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah.
So I want to start off a little bit, like for the people that don't know you, tell us, because you have a unique story. Mm-hmm. How did you end up here?
Yeah. So obviously I came here, and my main goal coming out of high school, graduating from high school was like, okay, go and try and play college basketball somewhere. And so it was kind of a weird story how I ended up here. I played a Houston team in AAU, and I played really well against them. And their coach wanted me to come out and play for them. But because I played really well against them, he at the end of the year when he asked me, he was like, hey, is there anybody interested in you and stuff like that? For colleges, I was like, no, nobody's really interested. I had some other interests, but it wasn't like anywhere like in Texas. Everything was out of state. So I was like, yeah, nothing. And he sent it to Coach Medina, and Coach Medina was really surprised when he got my film because he knows the coach, but it was just very random. And when Coach saw the film, he was kind of just like, wow, he kind of really resembles like how I used to play. We were like Hispanic, 6'4", like we're like he kind of saw like a younger version of himself. He was like, okay, I kind of like this kid. Yeah. So we ended up getting on the call. He calls me. He's like, oh, and I start sort of picking at it, just trying to wonder like how it would fit in. And once I kind of learned how Coach's system was, I was like, oh yeah, this is the perfect place for me. And that's kind of how I ended up coming to UST was because of basketball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So speaking about basketball, right? Mm-hmm. Speaking about your hometown. Yeah. Is it common for a bunch of players to like go from there to play basketball?
No, not really. No. I mean, there is players that have been fortunate enough to make it out, but nobody's going to Brownsville, Los Fresnos to go and scout players because it's so far away. I was a sort of a unicorn.
Diamond in the rough.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was like 6'4", like guard-like skills, and it was just like, what is this kid doing here? Like he's not supposed to be here. Yeah. So, and I just kind of got lucky.
I kind of want to take a blast in the past, right? I talk about a little bit about how would you even end up in Fresno's, in Brownsville, in the Valley. Like how'd you even end up there?
So I was originally born in North Carolina, and I lived there for about the first 10 years of my life, and then my father had some legal issues, so he had to be deported from the United States. So he was deported, and we ended up moving to Oaxaca. So that's where my dad's from, and we lived up in the mountains and stuff with my father's family for about 1.5 to 2 years, and I enjoyed it because it's different lifestyle out there. But my mother was like super strict on school and stuff like that. She was like, no, this is not the right education for my kids. So she was like, we have to go back to North Carolina. So we ended up going back to North Carolina. And then my mother came to this realization that she was like, no, my kids need to be with their father. Mm-hmm. So my dad was like, okay, we'll meet in the middle. I'll move to the border. You move to the border. And that way we can still be with the kids and be together as a family. So that's really how I ended up in Brownsville and Los Fresnos. Is my mom and my dad came to this agreement. Okay, I'll move to the border, and that's how we ended up there. But yeah, that was really what it is. And then as you kind of go through that sort of experience as a child, it's really you don't really understand it because you're so young. But like as I grew up later on, like once I got to college and I really understood like what everything meant and what was going on in their lives, in our lives, I was like, oh wow. You really sort of you don't take anything for granted because at that point it was just like this is the position we're in and we just have to keep moving forward and live on and continue to strive forward even through the tough times that my mom and my dad were dealing with because like we were just like living life because we were young kids, like we didn't really know. It was me and my little sister. So for us, it wasn't as hard, but for them, it was a lot harder. But so yeah, that's really how I ended up in Los Fresnos in Brownsville.
Yeah. So you're going back and forth, like.
Yeah. So our first 3 years, we lived in Matamoros. So we lived in Mexico.
Okay. Yeah.
And my mom would take us every morning to Brownsville. So I went in middle school in Brownsville. I went to middle school in Brownsville, and the first 3 years, like my mom would wake us up at 5 in the morning, cross the border, and maybe wait in the line for an hour and a half to 2 hours, just because like that's how many kids are going from Matamoros to Brownsville, and it was just really really hard for us and for her, and yeah, she got really tired of it. After like basically like once I was done with middle school, she was like, okay, no more of that, because like it was like it just took like a toll on her. But she stuck it out as best as she could, because like she knew that we were struggling, and she kind of just kept pushing the whole time, because she knew that's what we needed, to further our education. Yeah. So for her it was really important. It paid off. Like I mean, like I was able to go and play college basketball, and have all these sort of great things happen. And now my sister's going off to college too, so it really paid off. Like good. She's really happy that we're doing well. Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, no,
that's real.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's for them to go from a situation like that and come out with that same mindset.
Yeah. Especially like where we were growing up, where it's like a very big poverty area. It's you don't see a lot of kids like really make it out. Everybody usually stays in the valley. So for us, it was just like, how are we gonna get out of here? Yeah. For me at least, it was like, how am I gonna get out of here? Like I don't want to be here. I want to, I either want to go back to North Carolina or just like I said, continue playing basketball and see how far it takes me. And luckily, that's what I ended up sticking to what I knew best, and that was basketball at that age.
Basketball,
yeah. So
now you're here at UST.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm Mr. UST.
So let's go a little bit about where you kind of got started with your involvement on UST. Let's go check out the Student Life Office, and we'll see you out there, guys.
All right, sweet.
And we're here. We're here at the Student Life Office.
That's right.
So you gonna show us around?
Yeah, come on with me.
All right, bet. Let's go.
So yep, it's the Student Life Office.
Okay.
Yep, this is where all the ESOs on campus come together. You see all their office hours and everything here, and this is where they come and they do their work most of the time.
So who's here right now?
Who's here right now?
Yeah.
Amanda's here right now.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey.
So today's Wednesday, so she's here basically all day from 2 to 5. So if y'all need to come and see her, she's here from 2 to 5 on Wednesdays.
There you go.
But yeah, no, this is where I am. I'm part of RSO this year, so I'm the treasurer. So I get to basically like manage like all the clubs on campuses, and the treasurer. So I have to make sure that everybody kind of stays within their budget, make sure they're not spending too much money, making sure they're fundraising, making sure they're just keeping track of everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that's one of the leadership positions I held this year was being a treasurer for RSO, and it's really fun. I really enjoy it. We have a great team. We have Caroline, which is our advisor, and we have our chair, which is Isabella Tropiano, and they do a really great job of kind of putting everything together and having all the events.
So shout out Caroline.
Shout out Caroline.
Shout out Caroline.
She's the supervisor for RSO.
There you go. Woo.
So she does a really good job every this year. She's done a really good job. So yeah,
that's great.
Big shout out to her.
Yeah, let's go check out the other side of the office.
Yeah,
we'll see what's over there. So Ricky, where we at right now?
We're at campus ministry.
Okay.
This is across from the Student Life Center. We just literally walked over here. This is where you have Father Eduardo, our chaplain here. You have people like Abby, Pat, Kat, all these great people that really help you out spiritually. And if you ever need any sort of guidance, or just if you want to be more involved with the Catholic community here on campus, is the place you want to be at.
You said Abby?
Yeah.
Shout out Abby, bro.
Shout out Abby. Yeah. She's watching. Yeah, so she does a really great job here, helping everybody out with anything that they need, and yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, let's actually go back to the Student Life Center, because I want to highlight kind of what we kind of went on through orientation and freshman symposium, and kind of how everything sort of played about. Oh my gosh. So this is Student Life Center. This is like one of the the best parts of being a leader on campus is you get to be here a lot of the time, and you get to be with people like Valentina and people from CAB and everybody around here. You get to see if Valenia Mission D's kind of really help you out with anything. And one of the big things that I really liked about was when we were an orientation leader, like this was like our headquarters. We had what we called a, what's it called? We had like a NASA Spaceship Center. What is the NASA Spaceship Center called?
Johnson Space Center?
Yes, but there was like a mission control. So like the whole thing was like, oh, this is mission control. So like everybody meet at mission control is like, this is where we met. And it was just always super fun. We did everything here. I would carry like 2 tents out, like on my shoulders and take them out to the front and everything. And it was always just super great because like I said, like you built that sort of friendship and relationship with all those people and bonds. And they kind of last forever. And like even now, like I still just catch up with those friends. And like Mission D is always like, and Evelini, there's always just a super strong bond ever since then. And it kind of really just kind of pushes, they push you, and then it's really good to kind of see how everything's going.
That's how I
All right. We're going to go now back to Mac Studios and go ahead and finish off the interview over there. Thanks, guys.
We're back. Thank you for showing us around the Student Life office.
Of course,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk a little bit about what drove you to go out there and get so involved on campus.
What drove me was really just kind of always wanting to be involved, and just kind of just wanting to be a part of the community that UST had to offer, and then just wanting to also just meet new people and connect and make more friends. Like I've always been a very outgoing person, and I thought that was one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah.
And so being an orientation leader was like the best thing for me, especially like the first like leadership position I ever had was an OL. And that was like by far one of the best experiences I had. Shout out to Mission D's and Evelini, because they did a great thing putting it all together. We had great leaders. We had Regia, Justin, Christelle. Like those were like really great people who kind of put it all together and make sure that like all the bondings that we did and all the activities were really fun and really well put together. And it really just kind of showed me like what it was like to be a leader, like to look up to people and look like, okay, like this is what you want to do. In terms of like leading people and leading like the young students, like how you were an orientation leader, and kind of show them like how everything is in the environment. So you really get to see that, and that's kind of like the one of the things that really stuck with me. And so I wanted to continue to be a part of that. And yeah, I mean, just like always trying to connect with the younger generation and making sure like I was still involved was really like a big part, because everybody that comes to UST is family to me. So I was just really big on that, and I was just like, I just want everybody to know that if anybody ever needs anything, like I always got their back. Like if any help or anything like that, like I'm always there for them. You just gotta let me know, and I'm help by any means if I can.
And speaking about family, you know, this senior night, you were fortunate to have someone special come out to see your game, right?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things that was for me was to have both of my parents there for my senior night. One, because in high school I didn't get to have my father with me. He should have been there, but he wasn't able to. But yeah, my father was able to be there for my senior night, and it really kind of tied down everything for me, because that's really all I ever wanted was just for my senior night was to kind of put it all together, tie the knot for me at least, to sort of close that chapter for me. Was to have my father and my mother there and my sister like all walk down with me. So for me it was like really emotional. But like outside of that, like half of like the bleachers were for me. Cause like it's all my friends, all the community was out there, really supporting me. So you know I had like the biggest cheers out there, because everybody like
people.
Yeah, it was all my people. So it was really great kind of seeing like the community and seeing everything that I've been a part of kind of really shine through. And you see all those people there, and it just makes me really glad, because you know I'm not from here. So I'm from like I said, I'm from Brownsville. So you know when you have no family here, it kind of makes it a little bit harder. But like UST, like being a part of that like leadership that I was talking about earlier, really puts all that community and love and support behind, and it really shines through, and it kind of makes the experience 10 times better. Yeah.
So going forward, you know, congrats on your amazing basketball career here. Having your dad pop out,
Yeah.
everybody be here. I want to talk about a little bit about your engineering.
Yeah.
And that's something we can both relate to. Like,
The struggle.
The struggle. Yeah. It is a good department. What an amazing. I love engineering. They're great. They're great.
Yeah,
They're really good.
The engineering department, it's one of the most growing departments on campus right now. Like every year, like our enrollment, like almost like basically doubles.
Nah, for real.
But no, the engineering department has been great to me. I mean, like Dr. Taylor, Dr. Claridge, all of my professors, Dr. Sultan, like all of them have been great. Like they do a really good job of hiring professors that are meant that have like really good teaching skills and really personable skills. And one of the best things about it is like all of my professors, like we're tight. Like we know what's going on. Like they know what's going on. They know what's going on in my life, and it's just like, and it's super cool because like at any other university, like you really aren't going to get that kind of feel. So the engineering department to me is just so special because like, because of that like family feel, like I always kind of tie into because like for me, everybody here's family. Like everybody here, like Mac Studios is family. So it's just like we just got to keep it all alive. So it's just like now as we continue to go forward, like it's just like with everything, the engineering department is just like it just makes me really happy because you see it succeed, and that's what you want to see in family is people succeed, and it just makes you super happy. Yeah.
Well, what's next? Because you're about to graduate. What's kind of your goals in electrical engineering? Do you want to work in that?
Yeah, I mean, so for me, like I still want to like use basketball like as much as I can because like one of the big things that you kind of hear out there is like don't let basketball use you. You use basketball. And like that's what I'm trying to do right now. Like I'm trying to get every ounce I can out of basketball. So right now, I'm in hopes for getting a GA position at another university. So I'm gonna be an assistant coach here at St. Thomas next year, and then after I graduate, hopefully Coach Medina can hook me up and have a GA spot for me somewhere. So graduate assistant, and they would basically pay for my master's. Yeah, and like I said, that's what I want to do so that I can get everything out of basketball. Because like at this point, like I can't play, so I was just like, I just want to take advantage of it as the best I can.
Well, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you popping out, coming out to the show.
Of course.
Thank you so much. It's great to see you. We got Mr. UST. Give him a round of applause for Ricky, man. One more round of applause, man.
Woo! Thank you.
Thank you for coming out for the show, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
And we'll see y'all later, guys. Stay bold.